Hello everybody, my name is Debjit Das. I am currently working at Anantara the Palm Dubai Resort at its Australian steakhouse Bushman's Grill. Today I am going to make for you all an innovative risotto incorporating very traditional Italian ingredients, which is Pecorino Romano cheese, Italian beer, Italian espresso, chocolate and orange. So the main components of my risotto are going to be a barley espresso, which I am making with beer and espresso and a little bit of brown sugar, and I'm also going to make a Pecorino espuma, which is like a foam, and I'm also going to make some candied orange, which is going to help me to balance the maltiness and the bitterness from the espresso. So we will first move on with making our candied orange. So here I have 1 cup of water, where I will put 1 cup of sugar to make a simple syrup. I'll give it a quick stir. Over here I have some orange skin that I have peeled from a fresh orange, and I have cut into very fine juliennes, and this has been blanched 3 times. This is just because to get rid of the extra bitterness. Skin inside the syrup, and I will let it simmer in it for at least 30 minutes. In the meanwhile, I'll also start to make my barley espresso, which I'm going to make with my beer and the espresso that I have. So I have here a very famous Italian beer, which is Peroni, which is a lager beer. So what I'm going to do is, this is a pint of Peroni, which I'm going to reduce down to 100 ml. So it's going to be very strong in flavor, and then I'm going to incorporate the brown sugar and the espresso. So now we need to start making our next element, which is the Pecorino Romano espuma. So what I would need is equal quantities of cream and full fat milk, some finely grated Pecorino Romano cheese. I will incorporate this one inside this milk and cream. I will also add a little bit of xanthan gum. So we move on to our espresso, the barley espresso. I add just a little bit of my vegetable stock. I have my espresso single shot, which I add here, and a little bit of brown sugar, like 2 teaspoons, just to help counterbalance the bitterness from the espresso. My orange segments are also done. If you can have a look, they are nice and syrupy, and I will use it as a garnish for my dish. So my cheese here has come up to temperature. I'm just going to incorporate everything inside. I'm going to pass it through a very fine strainer, just to make sure it is nice and silky smooth. I'll pour this in here. Charge it with the second one. Now I can keep it on the side, ready for use when I do my final plating. So we will now start to prepare the main element of the dish, which is the risotto itself. To make the risotto, I am going to be using Carnaroli rice, which is a very famous rice that is used widely all over the world. So moving on, I will start by using very good quality of olive oil, not too hot pan, around medium heat. Finely chopped banana shallots. We need to make sure that the pan is not too hot, otherwise it is starting to brown, which we don't want. We just want to sweat the shallots, and also I have added now some finely chopped leeks. I am going to season it a little bit with some salt, which will help to draw the moisture from the vegetables. Adding our rice, This should be enough for one portion. And we need to make sure we toast the rice well before we add any of our liquid base, because this helps to break down the starch inside the rice. Now that the rice is nicely toasted, I will add my stock, one ladle at a time. We can see that the first ladle of the stock has almost been absorbed by the rice, so we will add again one more ladle and let it cook through. We can see that the rice has started to absorb most of the stock and it's getting creamy. This is because the rice is leaving all the starch in itself, which is helping us to make creamy risotto. So now we can see that the rice is almost there, maybe just 4 minutes away, and it will be nice and al dente. In the meantime, the rice was cooking. I have also put the reduction of the beer and the espresso in this bottle, which I will use to spread over the rice. Just a quick check on the rice. It's nice and creamy. Touch more of salt. And at this point, I will switch off the stove and I will add my cheese and also few cubes of unsalted butter. And what I will do is I will incorporate all of this inside the risotto, which will give it a more creamy finish. So the risotto is all done. It is nice and al dente. Also it's very creamy. Final check of seasoning and texture. It tastes really nice. So what we will do now is we will start to plate up the dish. Over here I have a beautiful black plate. What I am going to do first is, just to give the more hint of orange, I will use the skin of the orange and use its natural oils, and I will rub it all over the plate. So this gives an added aroma into the dish. I also have over here in this bottle the barley espresso that we had made previously. I will put a little amount of it in the middle. And now we will start to place our risotto inside the plate. We try to go all around the barley espresso so that it stays locked in the middle, and then we go on top of it. Now we will place our espuma that we had made previously in the center. Some dark chocolate. This is 70% dark chocolate. Orange zest, just to lift up and make this dish a little bit lighter, because there's a lot of cheese inside the dish. Last but not the least, the candied oranges that we had made, a little amount in the center, and thin little strands all around the plate. There we have it, our innovative risotto with pecorino cheese, pecorino foam, dark chocolate, barley espresso and orange. I hope you will try this recipe at home and you will enjoy the recipe. Thank you very much.